Hello, Rain Nation, wherever you're tuning in from, thanks for tuning in. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I'm going to talk about another reason why Rain rocks. And today I want to talk about weekly payouts. Now, traditionally, this industry is based on monthly payouts, calendar months. I was a part of a company like that. And it's great. There's a lot of companies that still do it. It's easier for the company. It's easier to calculate commissions. It's easier when you have a global plan like we do to get money transferred all over the world and have extra time. And a monthly plan allows that. But when you're focused on distributors and you understand a distributor mindset, a weekly plan is so much better. Because what would happen in a monthly plan is, think about it. Somebody starts, let's say you start someone in the first week of the month, and they work hard all month. Well, they don't get paid that month, and they're going to get paid the following month on the 15th or the 20th. So we're talking about 30 to 45 days plus before they even see anything from their work and their effort. Now, I don't know about you, but the best way to incentivize somebody is to show them that result and give it to them. And so even though it's a little more hectic on the corporate side to calculate weekly commissions, if we can get people money faster, and they're not waiting a month and a half, it's key. Another thing that I experienced is really you didn't see a lot of volume happen until the second half of the month, or maybe even the last week of the month. The company used to even give us incentives, to purchase product earlier in the month, purchase your auto ship, get product, because people just didn't do it. So the last 2 weeks, especially the last week, everybody's working hard, trying to hit their ranks, get the volume, all these different things. And then after the month was over, you were so exhausted from working so hard that you took the first week or two off. So about half of the month, every single month, there wasn't a lot of activity. People were waiting towards the end of the month for that to happen. And so you're wasting about half of the year because this was just something that happened every single month. There was the last 2 weeks or last week of the month, everybody worked, and then the first 2 weeks were relaxing and just kind of waiting for that check to show up at the middle of the month or whatever, and then get out there and do it again. So what we do here is we pay every week. So if somebody gets started, you're not waiting 45 days. You're able to see that result, be able to see some income faster. Even though it's not tens of thousands of dollars to join, if somebody can get money back in their pocket quicker, that's a good thing. And that's what we do here at Rain, because we are focused on distributors. So I'm not a fan of monthly plans. I've lived them. And having a weekly plan where people are always focused on, think about now, somebody might look at midweek and say, oh man, I might not hit it this week. So maybe I'll wait till next week or this or that. But think in a monthly plan, you want somebody waiting a month? You're like, I'm probably not going to hit rank this month. Maybe I'll wait and see. I'll hold volume. Another problem with a monthly plan is what happens at the end of the month is it flushes. So when companies started to do weekly plans, they had that same problem. But at Rain, we fixed it. I don't know of another company that does what we do. And so what I mean by that is not only don't you get the volume to flush in the binary, but when you start talking about group volume, we start averaging that out over a 4-week period. So when you start hitting those higher ranks, when you start hitting those elite ranks, what if you have a big week? What if you have a new team that explodes 1 week, so every single month during that week you have a higher week in volume? Well, what you would see in the traditional weekly plan, even though they tried to fix the monthly scenario, is there was still volume flushing, and then also there were people holding orders because, I have enough volume this week, I'm not going to put any in. I'm going to save it till next week. Or I'm not going to hit a rank this week. Let me just see if I can stack it for next week. So people started playing those games. And what we've done at Rain is we say we don't want games to be played. So if you have a great week this week, good. We're going to pay you on that volume. You're going to get commissions. Great. But if you had more volume than you needed in the group volume for qualification, let's just say for Sapphire, you had more than you needed. The next week, if you had a little bit less, we're looking at an average of 4 weeks. So just go get the volume. I don't want people holding it. I don't want people waiting. I don't want people doing that. And so at Rain, we're the only company that I know of. I have not seen that any other place, even in a weekly plan, where we average out, where people have the either or scenario. So, for example, if you were going to hit, not platinum, pearl, you got to do 15,000 group volume a month. plus the other requirements. So if you have the opportunity to either hit it in 1 week or average it out, but both of those things are in your favor. So if you look at Rain's compensation plan and our profit system, hopefully you can see this was put together by people who have been in the field, who have been in the trenches. We give people the benefit of the doubt, and yet we know the tendencies. And so we don't want someone to wait. We want someone to work. We don't want someone to hold. We don't want somebody to just wait for the future or not get compensated as soon as possible. And so a weekly plan rocks. Is so much better. You tell me, would you rather get paid weekly or monthly? I mean, it's obvious. If I were to take my kids and say, I want you to do things to get an allowance, but I'm going to pay you this week or I'm going to pay you next month, what are they going to want? And what kind of activity am I going to get out of them if they get that reward sooner? Probably more. And so that's just kind of human nature. So weekly plans are better. Now, monthly plans are better for a company because it's easier. Weekly plans are better for distributors because, once again, it keeps people moving. It keeps people starting over. And like I said, even if somebody misses a week or doesn't think they're going to hit volume, at least they're not waiting until the end of the month to start being active again. They can start in a few days, not a few weeks. So for somebody who's lived it, and I know a lot of people out there that have been in this industry have probably lived it before, a weekly plan is so much better. And with the average, where you can either hit the volume needed with the higher ranks or average it out over 4 weeks and look at the averages and still hit it, because some of your other weeks might have been higher than the one you're in now, and you can still hit that rank and get paid at the higher rank. Nobody does that. And if somebody does, I'd love to see it, because nobody does it. We're innovative at Rain. We do things different. We do things better. We are focused on distributors. And another reason why Rain rocks is because of our weekly payouts. Take care, everybody. We'll see you.